Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
She's back.
I am.
People wonder where you were in the last video.
I was working on a porch and cleaning cars.
Yeah, that's what she does in her spare time. She cleans cars.
I do.
Details cars.
No, I wasn't detailing cars. I was just cleaning cars inside and out and doing some outside work.
Yeah, she was busy. She does not have her nail gun yet. People keep asking about the nail gun.
No, I need to get that nail gun so we can get a picture.
All right. Well, speaking of getting nailed, we're going to talk about Disney getting nailed by the media. And, everybody now is starting to say what we've been saying for the last couple days based on...
More than a couple days.
Yeah. Disney Insider said last week on a message board, a reputable Disney Insider said that Disney internally is planning for the possibility of not opening until 2021. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but that it is a possibility they're looking at because they don't know.
Well, that and the fact that, as a lot of people are reporting, theme parks especially don't want to open too soon, start a little cluster of illness again, and then get their asses sued.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. Other media outlets, I think Fox News is actually saying that Disney is in the eye of the storm. It's the perfect storm because we're going to talk about how the parks might not open for a long time.
That's what that analyst said.
Yeah, the analyst, they had him, they actually talked to him on Fox News. And then we're going to talk about how AMC theaters, again, this is another blow for Disney. They're not going to open up until they have some new movies.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The earliest is July. And that's
If they can.
If they can. They did borrow some money.
They did. They said they can stay. They can stay in business for a while at this point.
But their stock was like $2 a share at some point. I mean, it was ridiculous. And on that, real quick, I just want to do a little bit of an update too. Apparently, John Stankey of Warner Media said that they're gonna support theaters too.
Well, here's my thing. That doesn't mean that they won't. I'm saying when theaters reopen, guys, they're going to probably be keeping people really far apart because they don't want, spreading, the virus. So it's a very, very strong possibility that theaters either won't open right away because they're afraid of, getting sued. Or if they do open, they're going to have extremely limited capacity.
Yep.
The only places I think that would do really, really well opening will be drive-ins. Because they're already doing well. Like, movies and drive-ins will do really well. But they say that they don't want to do that. But I'm still waiting for them to be like, we're releasing it in the theater and we're releasing it to the theater on digital at the same time.
You know what I want to open? This gives me I want to open a drive-in / arcade / comic book shop.
Okay, that would just... what?
Because they're all going out of business. They're all disappearing.
How would you make that work?
Nostalgia.
That's not what I asked you.
Wishful thinking. Patreon. No, actually, Squid King and I have been talking for like 2 years. Eventually, we actually want to open an arcade. We talked before about doing like a pop culture store or something. I don't know. One of these days. We'll have...
You're not going to call it Flynn's?
Flynn's would be cool. Reef Mart. Okay. Anyway, don't think that would fly. So, look, everybody is saying that Disney and Disneyland may stay closed until 2021. It's not just that analyst from UBS.
Even Penn Live has it now too.
Everybody,
okay,
IGN.
That's funny. No. I want to go on record too. Is that we covered it even before the analyst did. That dropped even he covered it, and then everybody jumped on the 2021 bandwagon. We mentioned it first, and again, it was in the context of possibly.
Right.
And I'm thinking it probably will open before 2021, but I don't think everything will be open before 2021.
No, we're hearing, again, the rumors are that they're just going to open Magic Kingdom. It's going to be very, very limited. We don't know what that looks like. And this has been rumored as being in the works from someone who is actually a legit source inside Disney or close to Disney. So now everyone's sort of picking up on that. Disney is staying silent.
Yeah, and all a bunch of the agency-run blogs are like, unless Disney says it, it's fake news. I love how they'll run with any little bit of anything when it's something anything else, Yeah. But when it affects their bookings, unless Disney says it, it's not true.
Yeah, so this is what's weird about this whole thing. Disney is, look, if it wasn't even a possibility, Disney would be shooting it down so damn
they've
fast.
done it before.
They'd be like, hell no, let's clear the air about this. We're planning for summer.
They're not, guys.
They're saying nothing. They wouldn't even answer USA Today. USA Today tried to ask them when they're going to open. They wouldn't answer them. You know, I mean, that's not a good sign. Meanwhile, Universal's CEO was actually sitting in on the Reopen Florida task force.
Disney wasn't there.
Disney was not there. And they outlined a lot of their procedures that they think they're going to have to go through are very similar to the rumored procedures that they're supposed to be talking about internally at Disney.
Which you can find on piratesandprincesses.net, which is my blog.
There you go. It's Geeky's blog.
But yeah, go ahead.
Well, you can find this on Pirates and Princesses.
Yeah, he was drawing Scrooge.
Yeah,
But anyway, so yeah, this was rumored information. Disney was not at the meetings. However, the day before the meetings, the governor was on there going on, the Florida governor was going on about, oh, Disney's ahead of the curve. Disney's so great. Disney's wonderful. Disney has so many great ideas. And then when they had the meeting, Disney wasn't there.
Yeah, something's up. Something's up, and they're not answering people. Now, the Disney Pixie Dust blogs, the travel agent run blogs, I get it. Like, I'm not trying to single this blog out in particular, but
no, it's one of many.
I do know that this one is owned and operated by a travel agency. This is Mickey blog. But many of these blogs now are like, until we hear it from Disney, we can't believe anything the mainstream media says.
Until we hear, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it is all speculation until you get something concrete, but who knows when the hell that'll be.
Yeah, so it's like, it's all speculation and rumor until Disney confirms it. I also want to state that I would be absolutely shocked if Disney didn't open until 2021. Shocked.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think it's going to be 2021 until
we can't afford it.
I don't think it'll be that long. I do think it might be 2021 until everything's open. I think they might open Magic Kingdom, and you might get maybe Hollywood in there, possibly Animal Kingdom. I don't think it's going to go back to normal. No. And the crowds that are going to be there are going to be limited. We already know that no matter what. I don't care what they say about rumor. All the task force, all the different departments were all saying the same thing. Limited capacity. Limited amount of people in at a time. They're all saying that. So I'm going to tell you that's going to happen.
Yeah, Universal's already said they're going to cut back on they're going to put a cap on attendance. They're going to space people out on rides. They're not going to open all their hotels and restaurants, and it's going to be like a ghost town. You know, and they don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. So even if Disney opens this year, do not expect them to just open it up and it's going to look like it did, in March.
There's going to be a lot of things going on. That's when the theme parks reopen too, because as I mentioned, a lot of the theaters are saying other businesses might reopen in Florida, for example, but the theme parks aren't saying anything because they're not going to probably open until they are 100% sure it's safe, because they don't want to get sued, guys.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if they opened it up and they didn't have restrictions and everybody got sick and they all started blaming Disney?
If they had restrictions, people get sick, they're going to start blaming the theme parks.
Well, they were talking the possibility of having people sign a waiver before they go in.
Yeah.
Like if you get sick and die at Disney, you can't sue us.
Yeah, because you knew going in it was a possibility.
Yeah.
That was one of the possible outcomes of, the rollout to reopening.
That's inside, and how many people are going to go for that? But yeah, you've got these, again, as a travel agent and writer for the Disney blog, I've seen them all. Disney isn't reopening until 2021. Disney's only going to allow locals. Universal's pretty much said it's going to be limited.
I think it's hilarious because the one place that we built, it was funny because that person was originally like, nah, I won't even report anything unless Disney confirms it. And they went from that to now they'll put anything out, including the only open to locals first, story. And then, but they went from that to this because, saying until Disney confirms it doesn't get hits.
Yep. And that's what's going on here. Everybody's saying it. The analyst is not like some fly-by-night. I mean,
no.
It's for a big...
Several analysts have now said it.
Yeah, there have actually been multiple people coming out and saying it. They're just like, logistically, we don't see how they can really reopen theme parks when, it's a complete 180 from the social distancing. You can't social distance at a damn theme park.
No, no matter how much they try to say, we're going to disinfect everything between riders. And it's, logistically speaking.
You got kids running around licking stuff. I mean, come on.
And before people make jokes, they do run around how many kids do you think are going to keep their masks on? They tell people not to bring their kids to the grocery store. When you go to the stores, they're telling people one person per cart and don't bring your kids. I mean...
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
That woman who got the Mickey bar and everybody jumped her for being a childless millennial. Your time is coming.
Oh my God, yeah, that's gonna be it. Because I'll tell you the truth, I would not want to take my little kids to Disney, even if they open it up, even if they have limited attendance. I mean, everybody's gonna be walking around in freaking masks.
How are you gonna breathe in those when it's like really hot in Florida?
It's 105 degrees and it's hot.
And you're trying to breathe in a mask in the humidity and heat. I have
no idea. And then we know California. Look, they're really cracking down in California. It's very possible that the governor will be like, yeah, you're not opening any theme parks until next year.
So we don't know what's going to happen, but Disney's not denying it, and it's taking in their stock. So you'd think if it was not even a possibility they're considering, they would say something so it would stop doing that. But they're not saying anything.
Yeah, I just think it's really interesting that all of a sudden we have all these travel agent blogs coming out and being like, nah.
Yes, this is one of many.
One of many. We've seen, and again, I'm not trying to single anybody out here, but now we got Fox calling, this is where they had the interview with the analyst, and he's like, he was the guy who originally said June. And then he's like, yeah, I got to adjust that. I'm going to say January. We
were saying that we didn't think that the parks would reopen. They were saying originally April 1st. And we're like, it's not going to be April 1st, guys. It's going to be later in the summer, towards summer, or later now, apparently. And oh my God, we got so much crap. Disney said it's going to open on April 1st. And I just I have to laugh because, no matter what you say, certain people are just going to constantly be high on pixie dust and tell you you're full of crap.
Well, that's just it. And it's so weird. Like, I saw the change in a lot of these Disney YouTubers. Like, at first they're like, okay, guys, we're going to be out for 2 weeks. Oh, this is okay. It's kind of like, we got our Disney magic at home. And now here we are, like, 6 weeks into it. And they're like, oh my God, they're still closed. What's going on?
ABC did that Disney Family Sing-Along. They're rerunning it again on Sunday, tomorrow. Just to try to get hits. They're doing an encore presentation.
Oh God!
Please don't forget us. Top of mind.
That's what's going on. I think what's going to happen, though, I'll tell you the truth. Say for like Disney diehards or theme park fans or whatever, once this thing is over, most people are going to be trying to patch their day-to-day lives back together. I don't think expensive vacation is going to be on the top of mind for a lot of people.
And the longer things are shut down, the more likely people aren't going to be in a position, to go because their savings they would have used is gone.
Yep.
And that's what they're talking about here too. Is I think this is funny. I brought this up on one of my articles too. Disney's talking about the giving spirit. It was funny. As soon as they mentioned that the parks were closed, they started doing all these articles on the Disney Parks blog about how they were donating all this food and they were donating all this stuff. Yeah, they're donating it because it's going to go bad. And they can't keep it because it's going to go bad. So they need to donate it because then they get a tax write-off for donating it. Yeah. So of course they did. Was it nice of them? Yes. Was it completely, altruistic in every way? No.
So Fox put this up. They said that Disney sent out an email highlighting the company's giving spirit. Even as 100,000 of its employees are going unpaid, and the company holds potentially $1.5 billion for dividends to shareholders and executives. Yep. That's true. We talked about that before. Abigail Disney.
Yeah, I mentioned on that article, I said, for a company that leverages family and, we're all in this, family. They even they made sure that with the family sing-along, we're all in this together, guys. But then they're not all in this together when people are trying to, they're literally setting up food pantries for the Disney cast members.
That's what they're talking about.
There was a whole article on it today.
Yeah, they said the company's email blast titled "Supporting Our Community in the Time of Need" highlighted donations of items such as food, personal protective equipment, and hand sanitizer that Disney had given the local food banks.
No, I'm talking about they're actually setting up food banks for the cast members.
Okay, because they said, meanwhile, more than 1,200 cars were lined up for a food bank 15 miles from Disneyland Thursday morning, according to the report. A number of Disney employees were among the out-of-work people waiting for food.
Because people don't have money, and they're not getting... And California's bad. Florida's really bad. It's like one of the worst in the country for their unemployment being messed up. People aren't getting their money. They're like, what the hell are we going to do? But good news, the executives might get $1.5 billion in dividends.
Yeah, here we go. They're talking about it. Other Disney employees in Florida started their own food pantry to help their colleagues out. Look, I get it. The company's hurting right now, right? But they borrowed a ton of money. They're sitting on $1.5 billion in dividends, and they didn't even bat an eye. They're like, yeah, let's just shit can everybody.
Well, they're like, we can't stay in business. We have to get rid of. We have to furlough, and that's like, if it's only 100 people, that's not even half of their staff. They have like 200 and something thousand people working for Disney in general. So they furloughed like half the people. We'll just say, even though it's a little bit less than half.
Well, Marvel Comics furloughed a bunch of people. We know that Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm and all those companies are laying people
MGM
off.
is not related to Disney, but they just furloughed people today and had their executives take a pay cut. So they're having pay cuts and furloughs to try to keep the companies going. But then to go and take this 1.5 billion in stock, that's their stock payments. I'm like, really?
Yeah, well, that's how the game's played. Now, here's I guess the thing is like, if you're gonna be that way, if you're gonna do that, that's one thing. But to make a big show of how giving you are, and this is like we've been trying to tell people about Disney, like they put on a damn good show. They put on a damn good show of look how family friendly we are. Look how much we care.
They've had years to practice leveraging this.
Yeah, but the reality is Disney. We're seeing it firsthand. This is what they do.
Of course, they donated a bunch of treats to the police department in Orlando. Of course, they're going to donate stuff. One, they can't, like I said, they can't keep it. It's going to go bad before the parks reopen. They don't know when they're going to reopen. And, plus it goes a long way with the police department when you're giving them treats, And, two, it's like they're going to get a huge tax write-off for donating this stuff, guys. They're not going to be losing anything out of this.
Yeah. Fox tried to reach out for comment. Of course, Disney didn't comment.
So they didn't comment to USA Today. They aren't commenting to Fox. Disney's saying nothing.
Yeah, that's what's weird about this whole thing. All they're doing is putting a spin on, remember us, guys. Remember us, subscribe to Disney Plus and watch our sing-along. And, look how family-friendly we are. And meanwhile, they're going radio silent, where it counts. They're not saying what they're going to do.
And the Florida governor was saying they were ahead of the curve for reopening plans. And of course, everybody took that as, they're ahead of the curve. They're going to reopen sooner than we thought. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is they're ahead of the curve for their plans to reopen. But we were seeing that list of their plans, and then Universal was at the meeting saying the same things. Disney didn't even bother showing up. They're ahead of the curve. Why weren't they at the meeting? I'm sure they are ahead of the curve, but they should have been at the meeting.
Yeah, because...
Or making some statement.
Yeah, there's no... Universal's been taking the lead in this thing, And so I gotta wonder what the hell is going on.
There was an article I saw saying about how great Disney was for being a leader to close their parks when they did ahead of everybody else. They were not the first ones to close, and then they had to be strong-armed to do it. I remember I was in the middle of writing this scathing article about what the hell, because everything else was being told to close in California.
Yeah.
But Disney and Universal and them were supposed to be waiting to see, because Iger had a phone call in and they were trying to figure out what they could do to stay open. And I was in the middle, I almost had this thing written, I was going to post it, and then they announced they were closing. Because I was like, oh, hell no.
It reminds me of, my school district when I was growing up. They were always the very last school district to cancel school. Like, you would literally be dressed and ready to go to the bus stop, and then they would cancel. Everybody else was canceled at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, but these guys, they wait till freaking 7:30 in the morning to cancel. And that's what reminded me of Disney, because they know if Disney shuts down, they know what this is going to do to them. Again, Disney's revenue, a good chunk of their revenue comes from the theme parks compared to like Comcast, where they said Universal Studios is only like 5% of Comcast business. So it's going to kill them. I mean, it's going to hurt them. People are like, oh, Disney's going to go out of business. No, they're not going to.
I don't think so.
They'll just throw a bunch of people overboard.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go out of business. We don't know if they're going to open in 2021. I think they'll probably get open before 2021.
They're going to try their damnedest to, yeah.
But I do not think it'll all be open by the end of the year.
No.
And I do not think that it's going to go anywhere near back to where it was until well into next year.
They said it's going to take 2 years to recover.
I was going to say closer to the end of next year, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing, get people back, because I have to wonder how many of these cast members are going to be so pissed off. They're going to be like,
right, I have to wait in line for food while you guys are getting $1.5 billion and, know.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a good look. I'm sure they'll put some magical spin on it, but I just think it's hilarious that, like, every media outlet is calling them out. And meanwhile, we've got all the Disney blogs are like, just wait for Disney. Wait for our Lord and Savior Disney to descend, Mickey to descend and tell us what to believe. Bob Iger knows what he's doing. Trust in Bob. Trust in the Bobs. The Holy Trinity of Bob, and Mickey.
That's a shirt. Bob, and Mickey.
Bob, and Mickey. So, I don't know, guys. Radio silence, that's never a good sign.
No.
So we're going to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, and dismal Disney. It's Saturday. I should have got that alcohol when we had a chance.
I wanted you to, and you wouldn't do it.
We went to the store with our little masks and everything, and we were like, wow, the booze shop's open. Yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't go because I'm like, I don't want to wait in line.
Yeah,
Because everybody
you're only allowed 4 people in the section at a time, and there was already 4 people in there.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't really want to wait, but I'm like, damn it, I haven't had my fruity beverage in like 2 months.
He likes women girly fruity beverages.
I do like my fruity beverages.
Okay, I like fruity beverages too. I don't like beer. Bleh.
Yeah, well, okay. It's going to be a while till we have any of that, I think.
That's probably true.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.